Hi, good morning, English scholars. I hope you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. I hope you were able to rest a little bit and maybe start delving into the week 2 readings. I really enjoyed my weekend. I got to actually read over the introductory posts, really get a sense of our online community that we're starting to establish in EN 114, and I really enjoyed reading your responses to the local colorist text. What I'd like to do right now is I'm just going to go over the week 1 readings, talk to you a little bit about the objectives and what you should have taken away from those texts, and then I would also like to talk to you about my expectations moving forward on the discussion board posts. And then I will probably create another video introducing you to the week 2 readings. All right, so hopefully by the end of week 1, you have been able to really get a good sense of what regionalist writers were all about. And hopefully you're able to answer the following questions. Okay, so the first question would be, how do regionalist writings reflect the distinct cultures and experiences of different ethnic groups? All right, that's one question you should be able to answer if I were to pose it on an exam or for a paper. Second question, how do these texts represent gender? All right, because a lot of the texts this week, during week 1, they were female authors. So how does their interpretation of realism differ from the male author's interpretation? All right, we had Dickinson, we had Freeman this week, we had Sarah Jewett, right? And we had Mark Twain, and we had Kate Chopin. All right. What are the distinguishing characteristics of realism? That's another question you should be able to easily answer. Next question. What cultural values does this time period represent, reflect, and promote? And finally, in what ways can these regionalist texts be representative of the general American experience? So those are questions you should be able to answer after our discussions and after reading the week 1 background information related to the authors, to the time period, and to the texts. Okay. Hopefully you really got a good sense of each author's structure, their characteristics as a writer. I mean, hopefully you could see that the emphasis is frequently on nature and the limitations it imposes, right? Because settings are frequently remote and they're inaccessible in these texts, right? But hopefully you were able to see that the setting is crucial to the story, and it might even sometimes be a character itself, okay? Also, the local color stories this week really concerned with dialect, all right? Characters too. I mean, a lot of times the characters are marked by their adherence maybe to the old ways and by particular personality traits that are central to the region. In women's local color fiction, the heroines are often unmarried women or they're young girls. All right, so that's something just to keep in mind. And the narrator typically is an educated observer from the world beyond who kind of learns something from the characters while preserving a sometimes maybe sympathetic, sometimes ironic distance from them. All right, but definitely the use of dialect is crucial in these stories to establish credibility and authenticity of regional characters. Right. Mary Freeman, she was from New England, that New England area, so hopefully you got a sense of that. Sarah Jewett, also from New England, and I think her piece, A White Heron, is an excellent example of local color because of its realism. I mean, that local color refers to an author's use of language, use of setting, and the manners of a particular group of people. And I think Jewett uses dialogue really to show the difference between the locals and the outsiders. So I really enjoyed her piece. Twain, remember, he's from the West, so hopefully you got a good sense of that area from his text. And Chopin is from the South. All right. A lot of our regional writers, they're more successful as short story writers rather than novelists. All right. So very important to know not only the structure of the pieces, but to know the genres that came out of that time period. Okay. Moving forward, my expectations on the discussion board, I really want to see you refer to specific examples from the text to support your assertions. All right. Just looking at, some of the posts, everyone did a really good job talking about themes and the common themes of family, freedom, and feminism. But not many of you really showed me how those themes resonated throughout. So if you're going to say that there's a common theme of feminism, you need to show me. Give me a textual example to prove to me that there was a theme of feminism. All right. Show rather than tell, right, in your initial responses. In response to your peers, it's really important that you go beyond just telling them that you like their post, right? To actually initiate discussion, it's crucial that you refer to specific examples in their posts and ask questions of their posts. Did you really get a good sense of how happy the characters were at the end of Chopin's The Storm? How so? All right, so ask questions of your peers to help drive that discussion. All right, please be thorough in your posts. Your discussion board responses is taking the place of your seat time in class. So it's really important that you're thorough, specific, and detailed. All right, to get full credit, you have to be specific, thorough, and detailed. All right, any questions? Please feel free to email me or give me a call. I'm here, and I look forward to talking to you soon. All right. See you soon. Bye-bye.